Good morning, y'all. So we are doing swim lessons this week, as you can tell by her swimsuit. And so I usually do something on her every single day during swim lesson week, and so she gets something, her hair out of her face. And usually she picks a pretty detailed hairstyle, but today she just wants a simple French braid. We're just going to do it around the side of her head, though, because she calls it her Elsa braid. And so it's going to end up right over here. So we're going to do a braid that's going to go around, and I'll show you as we go how to pull the hair in and stuff like that. So I figure every day this week I'll go ahead and do a tutorial for y'all so you guys can see how I do it. They're pretty simple whenever you break it down. They look complex when you look at these hairstyles, but honestly it's super simple. So we are going to start with the French braid. I love It's a 10. If you can get It's a 10, it's the best leave-in conditioner you will ever get your hands on. It's so good. In fact, I put it in my water while I'm cutting hair so it actually detangles as I cut. So, yeah, so I'm just going to spray her hair down because the chlorine in the water, I want to make sure she has extra conditioner on her hair and that there is, because she has such blonde hair, so I want to make sure there's that layer in between her hair and the chlorine. So that's something to keep in mind as well. If your child has really, not fine, but just really light blonde or even blonde hair, or if you have blonde hair, you want to make sure you're putting a barrier on your hair before you go into the water because that's going to help with the chlorine and keep your hair from turning green. So you're gonna come over here so I can get a better spot on this. So she's pretty good about standing still. I know a lot of kids aren't, but she's good at it because she's really always been just tall enough for me to sit in a chair. Oh, and here's the other thing, is that I like a regular French braid and not a Dutch braid. So I like it when it goes under and not pops out. You can do it either way. Just switch the way you're folding the hair. If you like it going in, you're going to put everything on top. So whenever I go through, I'm going to pull a small section of hair from the next part, and then I'm going to grab the middle strand, and then I'm going to pull it over the top, because like I said, I like mine to go under. And do the same thing for the next part. And you just continue that pattern all the way down the head. Keep it so that obviously you're coming around, so you want to make sure, I need you to turn. You want to make sure that you have like a little, like an angled layer right here, because as you come around, you're going to keep pulling the side in, so that way it's a smooth transition, and the hair is pulling the braid up, and not you. Because if you pull the hair up, it's not going to stay up. Whereas if you have the hair pull the braid up, it's going to stay. And so here's what you can do. You can do it one of two ways. You can go ahead and do like a bun right here at the end of the braid. Oh, and you have to make sure it's tight because otherwise you end up with sections like this. I mean, it's okay. It's just in the back, so it's not a huge deal. But you can end up doing a bun in the end, but Becca likes it just to be a braid. And so we're just going to braid it the rest of the way down. As you can tell, she has lots of layers, so I'm not going to braid it the whole way. Now, if you get these super cheap elastics from Walmart, you have to use 2 of them at a time because one of them always breaks. Always breaks. And so I would do that. And then I also like to tuck the ends in because that leaves it so it has a little bit more style to it. Now there we go, likes it out of her face. And so that works perfectly for her. She can go down, she can swim, and then all the hair will be out of her face the whole entire time. And she doesn't have to worry about the hair getting in her face or having to like dunk her head back to get it out of her face. All right, so while my daughter is getting her breakfast together, I'm going to do her hair really quickly. So today we're going to do a braid that goes in back into like 2 little buns. And so it'll be super quick and easy, but it'll kind of go in from yesterday's as well. So. Okay, so one thing I didn't mention yesterday was the fact that, so this is what it looks like from the front, and then from behind, she can stop staring at herself. It should be a little bit smoother, but since she's going in the pool, I'm not too terribly worried about it. And today, I did not spray her down with the conditioner because I know for a fact from feeling her hair that she sprayed some in her hair last night, and so there's really no need for me to do that today. But the other thing I forgot to mention yesterday was the fact that with the braids, you want to make sure you're keeping as tight of a grip as possible, especially in this fine, like smooth hair, because the finer the hair, the silkier it's going to be, and it's going to fall out more if you're not careful. So this is really simple and easy and quick, and like you saw, it took less than 5 minutes for me to do it because of the fact that once again, she's kind of used to me doing her hair, so it might take a little bit longer, and if you're learning to do the French braid, it's going to take a little bit longer as well. You don't have to sit here with your arms up like this either. If you have them sit down or get them a little chair, she usually sits or is actually pretty short, so I don't usually worry about her being too tall, but she's a little bit taller than I remember right now, so you're welcome. Here's her cute little French braid, pigtails, messy buns, and so today we're just going to do the loop through mohawk. She's a little fuzzy because she didn't get to choose the hairstyle today, so you're welcome. Okay, so this is what it looks like in the end. She has a little bit of flyaways, but it's okay because, like I said, she's going to swim. You can poof it out, but she's going to swim. I'm not too worried about it. And since her hair was easy to work with this morning, I didn't worry about the leave-in conditioner because I knew that with her swim, she'd be fine. So yeah, I like this. It's actually one of my favorites. I like the mohawk styles. She's usually not a fan. She likes the braids more, and she likes how they come around and stuff like that, or the pigtails and stuff like that. She usually likes those things more. But I really like this one. It's super easy. It's super fast, and
this is really pretty.
Good morning. So this morning we're going to do a mohawk on her. We're going to do the little bun mohawks. It's actually one of my favorite things to do on my hair when I have long hair, and so I'm actually kind of excited for this one. So here we go. It's super easy, just so you know, like super, super easy. So there we are.
Look at the answer.
Go ahead and turn your head to the side, Becca.
This pie shows
That's what it looks like from the side. I love it. It's kind of a fun one to do.
I can't even see what it is.
And it just adds a little attitude. I think it's definitely fitting for her personality as well. And so give it a try. Let me know what you think. Good morning. So today we're going to do a hairstyle that Becca picked out. I don't even know what you call it. It's like a twist braid thing. It's really, really pretty, but we'll see how it turns out. It's the first time I've ever done this one, so wish me luck. So I didn't think I'd have to put bobby pins in, so I didn't pull any down here. But this is what it's going to look like in the end. It's really pretty. All right, that finishes off our first week of swim lessons. Wish me luck for next week that I can actually figure out what Becca wants and see if it's something that's feasible with her hair length and and the layers that she has. But I think they all turned out really well, and they were super easy and quick. If you have any questions or would like me to explain how to do something a little bit more, or even just like do a simple French braid, I might even try to talk her into doing a fishtail braid next week because I think they're kind of fun, and those are also super easy to do. So drop a comment below what styles you would like to see next week, and I'll see if I can convince Becca to try them out. So hope you guys have a good one.